Hi friends, during this session we are going to discuss regarding speed control of DC shunt motor. Let us start. As we know, the equation of back EMF is given as EB equals to phi Z N P upon 60A, where phi is nothing but the flux per pole in Webers, Z number of armature conductors, N is speed in RPM, P number of field poles, as well as A equals to number of armature parallel path. As we have to discuss regarding the speed control, so I am rearranging this equation in terms of the speed. So in terms of speed, the equation is simplified as N equals to EB upon phi into 60A upon ZP. As once the machine get manufactured, the number of armature parallel path will depend upon the type of armature winding becomes fixed or constant. Z number of armature conductors again becomes constant. P, that is the number of field poles. As the field is already designed, the number of poles becomes constant. So for that particular machine, these values, that is number of armature parallel path, number of field poles, as well as the number of armature conductor become constant. So if we ignore the ratio of this constant, we conclude that N is directly proportional to the ratio of back EMF to the flux. N is directly proportional to EB upon phi. That means the two parameters on which the speed of the DC motor depends is first is the back EMF and second is the flux. So if we see the equation of back EMF in terms of the applied voltage, then we get EB equals to V minus IA into RA, where V is nothing but the applied voltage, IA is the current carried by the armature circuit, and RA is the resistance offered by the armature circuit. So, as the terminal voltage becomes constant, so the back EMF depends upon the two quantities, that is the armature current and the armature resistance. But as it is important that whenever we have to control the speed of the DC motor, it always controlled at a constant load, and the armature current always depends on the load. If load is constant, the armature current remain constant. That's why we are having only the option that either we have to change the voltage or we have to change the resistance of the armature circuit. As well as the second parameter phi, that is the flux per pole, is directly proportional to the field current. That due to that we can control the speed of the DC motor either by varying the voltage applied to the motor, either by changing the resistance of the armature circuit, or either by changing the fluxes produced by the field winding. So we will discuss all of this one by one. So the speed of the DC shunt motor can be adjusted by following three methods. First is called as by varying the flux produced by the field winding, which is called as the field control method or flux control method. Second method is by varying the voltage across the armature circuit, called as the armature control method. And third method is nothing but by varying the applied voltage, which is called as the voltage control method. So all this method we will see one by one. So first of all is the field control method. So this is the shunt motor. We are applying the V voltage across the motor. IL will be the current carried from the supply by the motor, which is diverted into two paths. First is nothing but the armature current IA, whereas the remaining current will be carried by the field winding ISH. At normal voltage and without any adjustment, the motor runs at a normal speed. But if we want the speed other than that, then in this method we know that N is inversely proportional to the flux. That's why we are inserting an external rheostat in series with the field winding. As soon as we vary the value of the field resistance, the current is inversely proportional to the resistance and the flux is directly proportional to the current. So as we goes on increasing the resistance of the field winding, the current decreases, and as the current decreases there, then along with the reduction of the current, the flux is reduced, and as the flux is reduces, the speed of the DC shunt motor increases. So this is the graph for the speed control method of the DC shunt motor by using the field control method. As field current reduces, the speed goes on increasing. Next method is called as the armature control method. In case of armature control method, if we apply the normal voltage here, the motor run normally, as well as the voltage across the armature VA or EB is given by V minus IARA. Now if we insert an external resistance in series with the armature circuit, then previously the current of the field winding decreased, but here there is no effect on the armature current by the inserting the rheostat in series with the armature circuit, but the equation changes like this. Now the equation of the back EMF for the armature voltage is V minus IA into RA plus RH. Whatever may be the voltage drop takes place across this external resistance, that much less voltage will appear across the armature circuit, and as the voltage appearing across the armature circuit is decreased, we know that N is directly proportional to EB. That's why as soon as the armature voltage goes on decreasing, the speed of the motor also decreases. So this is second method of controlling the speed of DC shunt motor. Now the third method, which is called as the applied voltage control method. Here we are not inserting any external rheostat or resistance in series with neither the field winding nor the armature winding, but we will change the magnitude of the applied voltage. Now if we apply the voltage here, obviously the current will be taken from the supply, as well as the current will be taken by the armature as well as field winding. Now if we consider that the voltage appearing across the total machine is given by V1, then the IL1 will be the current which is carried by the motor from the supply. IA1 will be the current carried by the armature circuit, as well as the ISH will be the current carried by the field system. As again the equation of the applied armature voltage or the back EMF is same, that is V minus IARA. So for this V1, the equation becomes EB1 or VA1 equals to V1 minus IA1 into RA. As the back EMF is less, that's why the motor will run at a lesser speed. If we want to increase the speed, we will increase the magnitude of the applied voltage like this. The V2 will be the new applied voltage. That's why the current taken from the supply will be IL2, which is obviously higher than the previous one, as well as the IA2 will be the current carried by the armature circuit, and equation will become VA2 equals to V minus IA2 into RA. As the back EMF increases, so as the speed. And if we draw the graph, the same graph will be there as that of the armature voltage control method. So this is regarding the speed control of the DC shunt motor by using the various three techniques. Thank you.